Thank you for joining me today. My name is Emma Persons, and I'm a property manager at Qwest Property Management in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today I'm going to discuss screening for the perfect tenant. So first, have a really solid application, an application that gathers all the information you need to perform the background checks. So what does that look like? We want the normal stuff, the name, the social security number, birthday. We want the current address, the previous address, their employment information and or income information. How long have they been employed? You may want to say that you require 6 months on the job, unless they came from a previous job with no gap, or maybe they just transferred. Those things are okay. Make it make sense. I would say that you have to make at least 3 times the monthly rent per month to qualify for that apartment or house. A third of your income, anything more than a third of your income going towards rent, it's highly unlikely they'll be able to keep that obligation. Keep in mind, people have other bills. They have food, they have utilities, insurances, cars, clothing, medical expenses. So anything more than 1/3 of your income going to your rent, it doesn't make sense. So at minimum, 3 times the rent should be your requirement. Once they pass that, do the rental history, check the application for their current and previous landlords. Call those people, make an effort, call those people, get a reference, get a copy of the ledger showing their payment history, because late payers are always late payers. If you're okay with that and you collect a late fee and whatever, I don't want someone who's always late. I don't want to be calling, begging for rent. I want someone that can pay rent on time. More importantly, I want a person that respects the property and the neighbors. So if they're loud or have caused a tremendous amount of damage, no thank you. I'd rather have a late payer than someone who's going to make my other good tenants move out or upset the neighbors or cause damage to my property. So once I get the income, the rental's good, they've never been evicted, or if they have been evicted, they've paid the landlord back. That's really important. I'm going to do the credit check. And red flags for me here would be utility companies. I don't accept anybody who has a balance with DTE Energy or gas company or an electric company or water department. And if they owe a landlord money, I don't care if it was 10 years ago, I'm not renting to them. I want people who have paid their landlords. And if something happens, and things do happen, whether it's divorce, loss of job, medical issues, things happen. If people get evicted, it happens. If they didn't pay the rent, it happens. Go back and pay that landlord back. And if they can't, don't accept it. So once they pass the credit check, I'm going to go to criminal. So HUD has passed some new guidelines in April 2016. If you're not familiar with the new guidelines, we would really suggest that you talk to fair housing or consult an attorney, or maybe get around some experts that do this on a daily basis. Property managers do this on a daily basis. So familiarize yourself with HUD's new guidelines. You cannot have a blanket policy that says, I won't accept criminals. And what is a criminal? Criminal is somebody who's been convicted of a crime. So arrest records, don't use those, throw those out. Do not use an arrest record. When it comes to conviction, you shouldn't have a blanket policy that says no criminals. What if somebody was charged with smoking marijuana 25 years ago, but they've been great renters and had good jobs and fantastic credit for the last 25 years? You might want to give them a chance. That sounds like a good renter to me. So it just depends on what your property is, what your portfolio is, and how much work you want to do with managing. I don't want to spend all my time managing my tenants. I really want to be able to make sure that I have good tenants to minimize what I have to do at that property to keep the cost down for my clients. Reduce your risk, choose the best tenant possible. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, and feel free to subscribe to Qwest Property Management's blogs. We will be releasing quite a few more in the near future. Thank you and have a great day.